These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
What else I got here? We can talk Rob. You want to talk a little bit of Robert Williams here? Robert Williams came back from injury. What now? It's 8 games. Appeared in 8 games for the Celtics around that.
7-game homestand.
Okay, 7. He's been amazing. I mean, these past few games have really been highlights. The Pacers game was awesome for him, but we're talking Rockets. I lost track. Rockets and Clippers game, both amazing. Bucks game too. Like, he's been on a nice stretch here on the season. I mean, it's very small sample size, obviously. But he's averaging around 8 and 8 on the season, shooting 80% from the field, getting his block a game. He's playing elite defense. You can just tell how much his presence changes the way opponents attack on offense, right? He might not be getting the 2 blocks a game that he was getting last year, but just having him out there changes the way defenses think. Like, you can't switch on him. You can't attack the paint when he's hovering around there. And then even like on the other end, on the offensive glass, incredible, right? Like, the Celtics have struggled on the glass all season long. He's getting the defensive boards and he's getting the offensive boards. Those little tap outs he does, game changer. Like, they feed you free, it's like second chance opportunities. Rob has been everything that I've wanted to see from him. I've been very impressed.
Not only the second chance opportunities, but they're wide open shots because defenses aren't set yet when you get that tip out. He had one to Marcus Smart in the Rockets game, I want to say. It was a perfect pass out of a tip.
Only played 6 games, by the way. I was wrong. I don't know why. Because he missed one. He missed one. I forget what it was. Yeah, 6 games. Sorry.
But he has been so great. He's putting up the numbers that you mentioned, 8 and 1. And he's not playing any minutes. He's not starting. This is all in a very limited role. He's on a
19
minutes restriction.
Minutes a game.
Stoudemire kind of hinted at it in one of the press conferences when he said something about that. I don't remember exactly what he said, Jack, because
he said,
you were there, right? You were there.
Yeah. I wrote about it. Let me pull up the exact quote.
He hinted that Rob is on a minutes restriction. That's the bottom line. And it's so impressive that he's been able to impact the game so significantly in such a short amount of time. Yeah, those offensive rebounds are huge.
Absolutely. Stoudemire said he was asked about, like, the starting thing, whether or not he'll start.
Yeah,
that's just the day-to-day thing. We've been giving medically the minutes he should play, and we just kind of play off that. We're seeing Rob getting better each game. We as a team know we need him, but more than anything, we need him to be comfortable. So it sounds like they're basing it off of the things they've heard from medical staff, et cetera, saying, okay, we'll play him X amount of minutes. And he's putting up incredible stats in that time. Like, per 36 minutes, Robert Williams is averaging, let's take a look here. Robert Williams per 36 minutes is averaging 16 points, 14 rebounds, and 2.2 blocks a game, and 2.2 assists, shooting, whatever, because the shooting percentage obviously changed, but he's putting up roughly 16, 14, 2 and 2 a game per 36 minutes. His plus minus on the season already. We can take a look at plus minus per game and see just how impactful he's been. I'll go to Celtics so you can get a view of where he's been on the team so far. Jason Tatum, plus 7.5. Robert Williams is plus 4.3 plus minus in 19 minutes a game, right? Like, not enough good things can be said about what Robert Williams has been doing this season for the Celtics, defensively, offensively. Per 36 minutes, leads the team, I believe, as I'm checking here, in plus minus. Tied with Derek White, plus 8.3 per 36 minutes. Like, I think we all knew when Rob came back, it would like change the way the Celtics play. I don't think I realized just how much better they could be, because we're all talking about how the defense turned a tide in December. And I think it turned a tide a little bit before Rob came back, but now that Rob is back, like,
it did.
You're really starting to see, okay, Rob is back. This defense is now going to be one of the best in the league again. And I believe in December. Are they top 5 in December? I know there's 7 on the season, but in December, their defensive numbers have to be even better.
I don't know.
I would assume. I'm looking right now.
I'll tell you what, though, was not
second in the league in defense in December. Yes.
Well, imagine if they weren't brain dead on the offensive end for half the month. In all seriousness, though, we talked about it a lot before Rob came back. There was all kinds of speculation. How's the team going to respond? Is he going to screw up the flow on offense? The offense did stumble when he came back, but no fault of his. The shots just kind of weren't falling. I don't know if you're going to end up agreeing, but it doesn't seem like that had anything to do with him. They were just missing. The ball was sticking more. It wasn't because of him, right?
You're talking about the offense when Rob first came back. Sorry, I saw a stat
Yeah,
pop up.
because they were losing games before he
Mhm.
came back, and they were shooting poorly, and their confidence was shook. And that was the whole mystery for all of us. When we knew he was coming back, we knew the team was red hot.
Mhm.
There was some fear that he would come back and the offense would screw up and stumble and
And
lose flow. And I don't think that's true. I don't think
I
anything had to do with him when they struggled.
I don't think it's his fault. And I don't think he's the reason they struggled for that period, but I do think they're learning on the fly how to change the offense lately with him out there, right? Because you can see a difference because instead of 3 guys around Jason Tatum spacing and Jaylen Brown spacing the floor, it is 2 guys or it is 1 guy if Rob's out there. You know what I'm saying? Like they're having to adjust. And John Corrales was talking about this on Locked on Celtics. He's talking about a play where Rob was setting a screen off the ball for Sam Hauser. Jason Tatum didn't see it. And he put up a shot instead of skipping the pass to Hauser. And basically, John said that with Luke Cornett out there in those Robert Williams minutes, the Celtics didn't really have to worry about that because Luke didn't have the awareness or whatever it is. He's just not as good as Robert Williams, so he's not seeing the floor as good as Robert Williams. So the Celtics would force something up instead of looking for Rob to make a play. Now they're going to have to adjust their offense to look out for Rob. They're going to have to know, okay, maybe Rob's going to do something off the ball. Maybe he's going to make a cut. Maybe he's going to slip the screen. Maybe he's going to do some ridiculous athletic feat that Luke Cornett could only do in his dreams of Stromile Swift, right? So I think it's going to take some adjusting for them to fully get back into the flow of things to learn how to play with Robert Williams. Will that hurt their offense in the short term? Probably a little bit. It's not Rob's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just how it is when you're learning to play with a new player within a new offensive system, because they did change the way they play offense a little bit with Joe Mazzulla. It's a lot of the same things from Ime Udoka, but they're shooting more threes. They're spacing the floor. They're playing a lot faster, in my opinion. So they're going to have to learn, I think, a little bit how to integrate Rob into that. And it's going to be a learning process, but I think you're already seeing the results of that, because in that Clippers game, I was again talking to Bobby Kravitsky up there when we were watching the game. They're getting into the paint a lot more, right? They're getting into the
Which
paint.
is
They have Rob. It's great. And another underrated thing, I wish I had examples to bring up, but with Rob in that dunker spot, teams can't freely jump over to help on Tatum.
Agree.
Right?
That's what I was
Tatum
gonna say
drives on one, if Tatum drives on one side and Rob's on the dunker spot on the other side, right? You can't leave Rob because he'll just throw a lob, and that's 2 points. So they're going to get easier looks at the basket just by Rob being there. So it's going to be an adjustment, yes, but he absolutely elevates the team on offense as well as defense. But
he
talked plenty
creates
about
space in a
defense.
different way.
Yes,
Instead of
yes.
having 5 or 3 shooters in the perimeter, you do only have 2, but you have him there, and he's such a great safety valve that, like you said, teams can't really cheat and can't help, because his shots, when he gets them, are going in 75, 80% of the time. It's not a 40% chance that the three-pointer goes in.
Yeah.
It's not only is the shot going to go in, it's going to be a loud dunk, and the crowd's going to get into the game, and the team's going to get excited. It's going to be a momentum play. He's so exciting. Every time he comes in the game, there's a buzz around the garden. It's unlike anything I've seen with a player coming into the game that was like a real rotation player. Like, not like Taco, when the game was already over and the fans would lose their mind or chant they want him. Rob comes in with 6 minutes in the first quarter, and there's a buzz. People
It's
are
because
excited.
he's incredible. It's because like literally everything he does is game changing. He is at his best, in my opinion, the 3rd best player on the team, right? Like, and I don't think that's that obscene to say. We've been upping Marcus Smart all season. Obviously, he's been amazing. Like, not enough good things to say about Marcus Smart. Al Horford's been great, but at his peak, Robert Williams should and is the best 3rd best player on the Celtics team behind Tatum and Brown, right? His defense, his offense, everything he does on the court, even the under the radar stuff, like his vision, his passing, like those tip outs. Not only is he getting above the defense to get the offensive rebounds, he knows where people are. He knows where to tip the ball. He's not only getting there first, which is impressive in and of itself, he's also getting the angles right to tip it out to people. Like, I remember there's one, and Hauser deserves a ton of credit for this too. This is like another one of my mini agendas. Sam Hauser's rebounding has been ridiculous this year. Like, it's very small sample size, but he crashes the boards really well, which is something the Celtics have not done well. So there was one play I remember where Sam Hauser fought on the offensive glass, kept it up, and then Rob just like rose from the depths to like tip out a ball and get it open through. Like,
he emerged from the shadows.
Yeah, exactly. He is a walking second chance opportunity. I think that's the best way to put it. And
which
it's
is great.
just,
They need that.
yes,
When you
absolutely.
shoot that many threes, you need that. As haterish it sounds, they're just not going in as much as twos. It's just how it works. And that's why people like them, is because you don't have to make as many for it to be effective. At least that's what the numbers tell you. I disagree.
Well,
But
that is, I understand your point, but that is just true. You make 2 threes, that's the same as 3 twos, you know.
it's the
That's
same,
the
but
percentages, you know.
the percentages, yes, but you're also
I'm
walking
just-
away empty-handed
I'm just messing with
17
you.
more times out of 100 on the offensive end.
Yeah, but you get like the same amount of production because the points are the same.
But you don't, because the other team's getting more chances to get out and run on you.
Yeah, but
They're
they
getting
also
more
don't make
stops.
all
They're not working as hard.
but they also don't make all those. I'm just messing with you because it's stats.
I
Robert
know.
Williams has been great. that is the point we're trying
He
to
has
make.
been. And it's been great to have him back. He's been giving
Mm-hmm.
the team a much-needed boost with energy. Right when they had their first dip of the season, he's coming into games and changing
Mm-hmm.
it. He's pumping energy into the team, and it's great. It's great all around.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yes.
good time in Celtic after 4 straight weeks.
Taco, come on. Taco.
Taco's having some fun here.
That is bogus. These guys are ridiculous.